Our pregnancy was completely fine. There was nothing wrong. She had a score of 9 point something as an APGAR in the hospital. When we left the hospital, we thought we were taking home a perfect child.
By 9 months old, she was not sitting up. She was not doing tummy time. She was not pushing up, crawling, and that's when we started fighting, trying to find answers and figure out what was causing her pain.
We saw many different specialists, but nobody could explain what was going on with Katie. And then a neurologist suggested that perhaps we needed to test for something called Rett syndrome.
Rett syndrome is a disease that primarily affects girls, and it causes them to lose the ability to speak and use their hands after a period of time in which they were developing this normally.
One day, they wake up and they begin to lose their skills one by one. Every single system in their body is affected.
Rett syndrome is a very interesting genetic disorder. It is not inherited. It's essentially a new mutation each time it occurs.
The greatest challenges are different from child to child affected by Rett syndrome because every child is different. Every child has a unique combination of issues.
These children who become teenagers, who become women, need 24/7 care for their entire life.
She does not walk, she does not talk. She has a lot of the repetitive hand motions. The constipation is really a problem.
She slowly developed feeding problems and reflux, so we had to address that with medications. She couldn't drink fluids anymore. She would choke on them and gag, so we had to get a feeding tube.
She hyperventilates and breath holds. Sometimes this breath holding does affect when she turns blue.
She got scoliosis, so last summer she had to have scoliosis surgery. Then we do some post x-rays and her doctor's like, oh, by the way, she's got hip dysplasia. I'm just like, it sucks.
The emotional burden is really the hardest part because you're constantly worried about if she is happy, comfortable, fed, hungry, worried, sad.
For 6 months after our diagnosis, it was just a very dark, lonely time with fear, a lot of fear. And there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that was given to us in the form of RettSyndrome.org.
Our community yearns to know each other and to be connected. There is so much love and joy amidst the tragedy and grief. Everybody wants to know each other and talk about their child. Nobody wants to keep our girls a secret.
These girls are smart. They know what's going on. They know what you're saying. They're capable of learning. They're capable of loving. They're capable of having friends.
In May, Anushka got President's Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement. The whole school gave her a standing ovation. And it's the day we will never forget.
My hope is more and more people will become interested in this disorder and will join the team. Everyone is going to be rewarded because seeing one of these girls smile and seeing these families being helped is the greatest reward.
My dreams of becoming a mom were to see her grow up and become the independent person. I never dreamt about keeping my baby at home. I wanted to see what kind of woman she was going to grow into. And I think that is the thing that is so motivating for all of us as families, is that we know who she could have been. We know who that child was. And research has told us that they can reverse that, and we can help symptomatically, and that there's the hope that we could reach her again.